All right, welcome back to the One Man, One Giant podcast. How you doing, Eric?
Feeling all right, buddy.
All right, Eric Lewin in the house, Ben Fishman here. We just came off some big shows this week. How was your show?
Good. A lot of fun. Snappers, great club. Shout out to everybody there. You?
Oh man, I had a little show at the Peach. It was good. I had we had 5 people in it. I just featured. I had Mike Cintrone, local guy. Had him host. He's actually a great host. He used to host Dada's. Have you ever heard of Dada's?
No.
You're still kind of new.
That?
Dada's is in Delray Beach. It's actually a subculture restaurant.
We just live in a subculture universe.
Yeah, it's just everything's subculture.
Like my house is subculture.
Pretty much, yeah. You live in the subculture subdivision.
Yeah.
But so he used to host that Mike back in the day, and then I had Kevin Javier headline. I featured. I had Ariel Barron feature as well too. She's a newer comic, and she came in hot doing her thing, you know.
Nice.
And it's funny because I actually this is a funny story. I have facial recognition issues with my brain surgery and all, so sometimes I run into people and I get them mixed up, and so. I had planned a birthday roast for Sammy Ray.
You mean like you don't know who it is?
Yeah.
Like from their face?
Yeah.
Okay, just so I'm clear. Okay.
So I planned...
I knew you had problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I plan a roast for Samantha Ray. And then Ariel Barron comes up to me at the open mic a few weeks before the roast, and I go... "Oh, you ready for the show Friday?" And she's like, "Oh, you're booking me?" And I'm like, "Wait, you're already in the show?" And she's like, "I am?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, in 3 weeks." And I totally, yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to get booked to one of my shows, catch me when I'm having a moment, okay? Because... So
just make sure that he remembers your face. Or...
Inadvertently booked her. She got herself booked, but you know what? I respect it, and she did a great job. And I was already considering her too. She was doing.
And that's big. Don't you appreciate when comics appreciate the stage time?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. And let me
and
tell
give
you
it their best and all that.
Oh yeah. And that was I had Ron Brown. He's been in a ton of shows. I like Ron a lot. He's been doing his thing. But yeah, when it comes to respecting stage time, it's funny. I've had to have, whether it comes to booking shows or hosting the open mic, I've had to have instances, people think you just come and do comedy, it's a good time, but it's like, you got to respect the stage. It's like you're going to someone's house. It's like you're going to a party. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're welcome to the party, but, respect the space. You know what I mean?
You're not going to go through all the panties and take a shit on the carpet.
Please.
Like, maybe you do. Maybe comics would, actually. But you got to... The stage is kind of, like, what is it? Not sanctify... not holy, but like treat it good. Treat it.
Yeah, it's sacred.
Reverence.
It's sacred.
Sacred. Thank you.
Yes.
Brain fart. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So I've had people come and I say, I want a headline and stuff, and then they get drunk or something like that, and it's like, all right. You know what? You're given that opportunity. I might not have the biggest club out there. I might not have the biggest space, but it's a fun space. It's a respected space. A lot of people come there. So, and I eventually gave that person an opportunity again. But you guys, take that opportunity and run with it. Because, you're going to have time to film it. You're going to get a lot of laughs. It's in a small space. So if you get a lot of laughs, it's going to sound, pretty big.
Yeah. And even like if you look again, sometimes at a mic, something that works there might not work at a club, and something that doesn't work might, or whatever, the reverse. But every time you get on stage, you learn. Something new happens, some new kind of, I don't know, whatever. You try something new and different. You got to keep getting up. And the fact that you do it every week and it's a good space is cool and should be whatever. Appreciated.
And then I've had some problems with hosts, okay? Like, all right, I'm going to tell you one thing. No more birthday hosts, okay? I'm telling you right now.
No more celebratory.
No more celebratory hosting.
Yeah.
Right? If you're getting a hosted spot, it's because I chose you, because I thought you did a great job. You respected the space. I've had 2 people host for their birthdays the last couple of times, and it's been awful, all right? I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, and I like these guys. I like them. They're welcome back. I would probably have them host again at another time, years down the road. But it's like, one guy's out there, they're hanging out, they're talking, they're doing their thing, and it's like, guys, I'm putting on a show here. I know you get the honor of hosting, but you gotta pay attention. We're putting on a show, and we actually had a big audience. We had a restaurant full of women. I don't know whose birthday, engagement party, whatever it was,
right?
But they all came in there, and we were packed. And for a Monday, and it was just like. And people were just like bumbling around, and it's like, no, man, it might be a fun show. Performing for comedians is one thing, but if you got an audience, and whether it is comedians or just an audience, you got, you know what I mean? You got to give them a show. Like, let's let them, even if they're watching for free or whatever, like, let's show them a good time. Let's make it memorable. Let's make them want to come back. I mean, I just say, like, just use that opportunity to make it, like, memorable. Like, don't leave there thinking, like, oh, man, I messed up.
Yeah, and not memorable like there was, like, a domestic violence incident outside the room or some craziness.
Right? Like, oh, geez. There was a fight at my last open mic. Oh, my God. So, yeah, over something said online. So, guys, it's an open mic. We come here to have good time, but it's also work, okay? Like, it is. You see Erik there? I mean, the guy, he's performing. He's putting on a show. He's not up there messing around.
Comedy's hard, man. You got to work at it. I think no matter how funny or not you are, like, it's a craft. And you got to work your shit out. I don't know.
Yeah, but not
is that so crazy?
You can work out your shit, just not your taekwondo. You know what I mean? Like, work out, don't like, oh my God, the guy. Again, I'm not going to say names because they know you're going to see this. You're going to know what I'm talking about. But do not roll joints on my list, guys. Come on. Do not crinkle up my list.
Or use the list as paper.
Guys, please. Yeah, write all over my list. I'm sorry. I saved the list. I know this. Other people say I'm crazy over this. I saved those lists because, I believe that I'm going to see names on that list like few years down the road from now. I'm going to be like, man, that person used to come to my open mic. So
right. I don't. And now they're on a Netflix crime documentary.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And then they find a stash of lists from the open mic.
They call him the open mic killer.
Oh my God, dude! You know what's crazy? You say that, right? When I was in Austin, there was some guy going around like killing tourists and shit. And
yikes!
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck this, dude!" Like you go to a comedian.
At least comics make fun of life, That's
yeah, right.
Instead of taking them.
But it's like, think about it, dude. You're a murderer. You could be like, "No, yeah, I'm a comedian, haha," Yeah, and then next thing you know, throw a few zingers.
I'm sure there's a bad straight to DVD movie with this plot.
Oh man, some Netflix specials coming out. Oh man, yeah, that, and then. I got another show coming up, 19th. You're going to be in it, headlining.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
Just so you know, just so
excellent.
It's official. Yes.
And you're selling tickets for that?
I'm going to start today. You'll see tickets tonight on Eventbrite, so you can check that out.
Those are good shows when you've got like book shows that you sell for. I've had a lot of fun on those.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Peach is not a big space. We can probably fit 40 in there max, but when there's 40 people in that room
that want to see a show.
Yeah, that want to see a show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's definitely a nice room. And the other thing too, like I can open, like it's in a garage, right? Like it's funny. He called it the Chop Shop the first time he came. I remember that. And I could open up the doors, but I don't want to give away a free show, right? Like I'd rather just pack the house. So
very exclusive.
I might have to go standing room only.
Triple VIP. Yeah.
So then, and then
you should get some of those strip club velour, like the ropes or something.
Oh yes. Like I need a bouncer. I need a guy in a suit. Now this is all right. This is that old garage we're talking about here, right? This is under a bridge, right? Like no trolls, okay, but it's still under a bridge. And if you've been to the Peach, if you haven't been, I've talked about it before on the podcast. Go on the Peach. It's a little bit of a party. I'm trying to I like it. It's a fun time, but I'm trying to get it a little straightened out a little bit. It's been a little wild over there. There's been some things going on like we just mentioned. But generally, it's a good time, and there's more than just their open mic. They got El Segundo, they got the restaurant there. If you go early, if you are a comic and you get there before 8:00 on Monday, you pay half price. So take advantage of that, and then
good food.
Yeah, and then say what's up to the artists. There's Victoria; she's a new artist over there. She just built a studio. Check out Pam; she designs dresses, does sewing lessons. And check out Craig. He does art lessons. He manages the whole place. So, check it out. It's more than just a comedy venue. So if you're thinking like, man, I don't know if I could go there. It sounds like a bunch of crazy comedians all the time. Like there's more to it than that. That's just Monday nights, and then some Saturdays. Just like last Saturday, I had my last show, and then who else? Oh yeah, I forgot to say I had Ron Brown. That's the one other person I want to mention on the show. Ron. And if you're looking,
he's funny, cat Ron.
He's funny. Yeah. I think he's great. He came from New York and he just started showing up. And that's the thing. If you're like, all right, I'm new to town, or maybe I tried comedy before, whatever. I'm telling you guys, just get out there and just insert yourself into the scene. No one will discourage you for going. Like I met Erik by coming to my open mic, guys. So go to the open mics. That's how you meet people. Sitting at home making writing material and stuff. If you don't get it out there, it's never going to happen. And that's how these guys have gotten buzz, man. And
my God, yeah.
And because of them, my shows are getting better because I've booked better because I'm bringing talent to my venues. So, if you're in town, guys, check out the Peach, check out Subculture Coffee, and you can. I've given people opportunities from all different types of comedians, all different walks of life. People that have been doing it for years, people that are doing it for a short amount of time. There's opportunity for everyone, and it's a fun little room, and it's just a great experience. And you've headlined twice now.
Well, yeah, you had the dog benefit show that we did, which was full of dogs and
full of dogs.
And then
I'm sorry,
that's my new fan base. I think.
Can't do anymore. I'm worried about the dogs.
They were like, and they bark at the punchlines. And then the other one was a really good book show with some other great comics on it, and like we were at any great venue, But yeah, to Ben's point, you could write funny stuff all day, but until you test it out on stage, hear how it sounds coming out of your mouth, and what it feels like up there, all that brilliance is just going to waste. Stop depriving us, And
that's the thing, I used to be very, I'm an outgoing person. I'm in sales. I sell stuff, things like that. So I talk to people daily. But getting on stage is different, man. It's like,
oh my God,
it's like, a customer walks into my store. I talk to them, hey, blah, blah, blah. But when I get on stage and start talking to even 4 or 5 people, it's a whole nother, because you're up here, you got all the sound, all eyes are on you. Hot lights on you. Yeah, just like in the studio.
It's a whole, which is why you got to keep doing it and doing it and doing it well. And by the way, I'm I am definitely very much an introvert by nature. My personality off stage, I like to be relaxed, and I'm not like a but when you get on stage, it's that other side of your whoever you are is free to play.
Yeah.
That,
let yourself be you.
Let yourself just hang out, and
you're gonna be teaching that.
I am going to absolutely be teaching
Starts in 1 week, guys.
There's an art and a craft to all of it. I'm always learning. I have my own mentors who have been doing it longer than me and who I look up to. It's like a continuum. Comedy is infinite. No one, like my mentor, the incredible Greg Romero Wilson has said, no one has something to the effect of no one like... I'm gonna butcher it, but no one owns comedy. Like, we're all in it together in that regard.
Yeah.
We all have our own little take on it, our own little piece of it, our own little approach to it. No one owns comedy. Not Chappelle, you know what I mean? No matter who you are. So that's the beautiful thing. You bring your comedy, your voice.
Yeah,
right, Tony Robbins talk. Yeah.
No, it's funny you say that. You have Skylar Meany. He's one like that. Like, he actually started as an actor. I might have talked about him before, but he has these characters, and he does stand up as the character. So he doesn't do Skylar Meany stand up. He does Donnie Dupo doing stand up and stuff like that.
That's great.
So
That's amazing.
It's fantastic because they cheer. Like, he gets up there. And they cheer for his character, You know what I
Totally.
mean? And I mean, and off stage, of course he is who he is, but it's cool to see someone bring it to that level. And that's something I never thought of doing, where I'm like, man, that opens up that creativity. And that's also the cool thing about going to open mic. You see people, and people have also, I've learned from open mics too, people learn how to do impressions by watching other people do impressions. Have you noticed that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I've noticed, some guy came to a show I did, and he was like, well, when I do Trump, and I mean, I don't know, I need to practice it more, but he showed and some people were walking away doing it, you know what I mean? He's like, you kind of got to do it. And,
Okay.
yeah, and so it's sometimes you have to watch someone else do it, I guess, do the, you know what I mean? Kind of, almost like with comedy, all right, if you see someone else telling jokes, all right, I could see myself doing that,
right, and you can learn from watching people at all levels.
Oh yeah,
of stand-up. Now, mind you don't want to pick up bad habits of things people aren't aware that they're doing. Maybe that's kind of harming what they want to be doing, but I learned from watching just about anybody, and I respect just about anybody who gets up there at all. By the way,
yeah, man, one thing I was struggling with was crowd work, right? And I watched some people who had been, I had booked my shows, do some crowd work, and I had a crowd work moment on Saturday.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, man. I crushed it. I loved it. I should have filmed it. I got to record my set. No, this guy, I was talking about my dog. I was doing my dog jokes, and I was like, what kind of dog do you have? And this guy's like, I have a Bichon Poo, which is a Bichon Frise and a poodle, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, Bichon Poo, it sounds like a fancy thing. It sounds like something I do in the morning. It sounds like something I would tell my girlfriend so it wouldn't sound so disgusting.
Right.
You know what I mean? And dude, and I just kept rolling with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and I kept coming up with examples. I don't remember what I said, but it
in the moment,
rolling, man.
it
was
let
just,
it out.
Yeah.
You let it flow. Yeah.
And it's funny though, it's but because I was always kind of I was always hesitant and stuff. But then, I've seen you and I've seen some other more experienced comics just do it. And whether, it worked or didn't work, you just laughed and had fun with it. And it's just, and it's cool. And I got a big laugh. And it just, it felt really good. Yeah,
that's great,
so
Ben.
It's taking my comedy to the next level,
I look forward to seeing you riff again. But yeah, crowd work is an art unto itself, and there are some serious masters like Greg Romero Wilson. There's this comedian, another mentor and friend of mine named Butch Bradley. Unbelievable crowd work guy, both of them. But I feel like no matter who you are as a working comic, you want some level of crowd work ability in the bat belt, just to be in the moment, let the audience know you're there, you're with them. If something comes up in the moment, you can work with it, riff on it, and make some funny out of it. And there's usually always an opportunity for that, so you do want some level of I can do it.
Yes.
You know?
And that's the thing too, and it's not it's not the, well, if you can do it, you know what I mean? But it's just sometimes it's that old monkey see, monkey do. You're like, all right, you know what? All right, you're going to make a crowd work joke? All right, you know what? And then it makes me more aware of what's the room. And I talked about that in the last episode. I'm always trying to get better about being what's where in the room.
Nice.
Because just by doing that, I know I've been getting funnier. I went to Subculture the other night. I hosted that, and I was just kind of pointing out, because that coffee shop's weird. There's motorcycles on the ceiling, and there's funky art.
It's eclectic.
It's different. So, I was I was described to an acid trip or something. And, it's just... it's made me just more aware of things in life, just because I wouldn't look at things in a funny sense, but now I look at everything, and
there you go.
I still miss stuff though. You know what I mean?
But that comes back to it's infinite, right? Comics every day, every minute, we're always noticing something that maybe the average person just goes right over their head. But comics, we're always noticing is this sort of skeleton key that unlocks the jokes, you see something and then you see a funny angle to it. So noticing what's going on in the space is, I'm not saying to get in there and be like, did you see the third tile on that? And it's stupid, but it's good to, you never know what is right under your nose.
Did you see the grout work in the bathroom?
Yeah, amazing. That grout.
One guy, right? One guy's like, woo.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you're freeing yourself up. Also, if I may, like it's you're really cooking when you just let stuff kind of come out of you in a free. It's very like almost in a flow state. Not that you should just be, diarrheaing on stage at the mouth, but when something just kind of almost magically, those moments when you're like, did I say that?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of recording yourself more too. That's something I gotta get better at. I've been seeing, it's just so many good opportunities, guys. And when you see yourself and you watch yourself, I hate it. Like, I hate
watching myself. No one likes watching themselves.
But it's so worth it.
Yeah.
It really is. Because, like, I know, even after watching this sometimes, I'm like, all right, one thing I know is I play with my microphone a lot. And I've gotten better about that. But for a while, man, I'm up there, I'm like twisting the cord.
Right.
And then I'm like, and I'm like, what am I doing with this thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and then I'm like, it's distracting. And I feel like it's distracting the audience too, because they're like, why is he playing with the mic cord? You know what I mean? And it's like
all those little touches are important. The subconscious behaviors you're not even often aware you're doing. Right? Like rapping like you're going to shoot heroin. Like, what are you doing with the cord? Leave it alone.
This is rapping.
Leave it alone. Or don't start talking to the audience until you're facing them. I'll see comics, take the mic out and be like, yeah, and then I was there, and or with their back to the crowd, or they don't move the mic out of the way if they're going, like freestyle with the microphone or whatever. Freestyling. But anyway, all these little things are touches that make you more pro, I think.
Yeah.
Or not.
I'm working on it every day. Yeah. And, it's funny thing, too, is because that's the one thing I hate is I used to not notice the mic stand thing, and it took me, like, forever to get used to that. But now, when I'm taking pictures, because I take pictures. If you come to my mic, I take pictures. I tag everyone.
Yeah, you're really good about it.
Yeah, thank you. And if I see the mic stand in front of you, I'm like, oh man, it kills the picture. You know what I mean? Because I never thought about it from before, like from the comedian's perspective, like, oh, it's mic stand, whatever. But like, I'm taking pictures, right? Well, now I have like the top of the mic stand in like your elbow or your shoulder, your face.
Sure.
It's just it's not a good look. So just open up that space.
Yes, honestly, that reeks of amateur. Unless you're going to put the stand and, have the mic in it and work that way, great, whatever. But if it's just there blocking you, then it's in the way.
What's the do you know the history of the stool?
No.
I feel like there's a story behind the stool.
Yeah, it's always a bar stool.
It was a bar stool.
Yeah, no one puts a folding chair.
It's funny. That's one thing I wanted to say. Like, they call it stand-up comedy. I don't really care for when comics sit.
You're not a sitting.
I'm not a sitting.
Like it? Why? Talk to me.
It's just it's stand-up comedy. So like I don't know, because I feel like maybe it's because I'm taller or something. I feel like you stand up, you're like commanding attention from the room. You know what I mean? You sit down, now everyone's kind of like sitting there relaxed, and they're just kind of I don't know. It just like
let's gather around the fire.
Yeah, like you guys want to sit, have a little talk. No, I feel like I want to stand up. And I want to present, so, yeah.
There are some big comics. I'm not a sit-downer.
Yeah,
no, there are some comics that sit.
Yeah.
That are kind of...
like, I see Matt Rife sit for some of his set, and he loses all his energy.
You thought so?
Oh, yeah, because, he's working the crowd, he's standing up, he's moving around, and then next thing you know, he sits, and it was like a whole nother comedian.
To it. Yeah. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, that being said, if that's your thing, fine. Like, I'm not going to be like, no stool for you, but... But I feel you. I get that.
You ever see Cat Williams? He love
jumps.
Cat Williams. He jumps on he grabs the stool like it's like an animal and stuff like that. He uses that stool to full effect. Like I've never seen.
How do you?
Yeah. It's funny. I have a funny story about him. I was in Vegas, right? Mm-hmm. And I was at this concert. And it was for this convention. I'll tell you the whole story later. Basically, I was at a convention in Vegas, and he was there, and the guy's like He's like 5 feet tall, and I'm 6'6", and he's with a woman that's almost my height, right?
Okay.
And he's smoking, and I was younger at the time too, and he was smoking a blunt, and I was like, "Yo, Cat," I'm like, "Can I hit your blunt?" And he was just like,
Really?
yeah. And the funny thing was, like 5 or 6 years later, he did another special, and he's like, "Motherfucker's coming up to me trying to hit my blunt. No, you cannot hit my blunt." And I was like, dude, that was him, because I was like, maybe it wasn't him. Maybe that guy thought I was stupid or something. I was like, nah, for sure, that was Cat Williams.
He got that idea from you.
Dude,
That's
I'm
great.
telling you, if you watch it, it's like, oh, it's when he's like a little older. He's like,
That's
"Motherfucker
fine.
can't hit my blunt." Hell no. Like, wow, dude, I actually created that guy's material. I created some material. So, Kat, if you're listening, you're welcome, man.
All right.
Yeah, it came out.
Love that.
That had to be a while ago, yeah. Yeah, man, he is tiny, dude. I mean, see, like, all right, I'm a big guy. I expect everyone on TV to look huge. Like, everyone comes up to, like, my elbow, dude. Like, all right, you know what I mean? That's why it's one man, one giant.
You are a giant.
I mean, I can't even buy a hat. I mean, seriously. Like, I was going to buy a hat for the show. I got a beanie on order. I mean, it's... But yeah, man, I think coming up, there's a lot going on.
What do you got going on?
All right, so we got the 11th. I'm doing a show for the original members of the Peach, guys. I'm doing not the original members, but some of the original people that have been doing it. So like me, Kyle Dahl, which I think you saw last week or the week before.
Okay.
Ryan Panucci, Jessica Smith. And a couple others, myself, and maybe one or two others. It's going to be like an old school throwback. Those are all original people from when the Peach started.
Awesome.
So I'm going to book them. It's been a year and a half now, so that was a good show. And then on the 19th, I got a headliner I'm booking for this one, and it's actually this guy right here.
Who?
This guy, Erik Lewin.
You better start looking, find a guy.
Yeah, so that'll be the 19th at the Peach. All those shows are $10. Still more to come on the list for that one. There'll be some more people doing that show. And then what do you got coming up?
Tonight and Friday, I'm doing like a private community or Elks Lodge. I don't know. I think it's an over 55 community shows. And then Wednesday, I have the pleasure of headlining Beaches Comedy Club up in Daytona Beach. And that's going to be great. A lot of funny comics. And I'm really also looking forward to April 11th because I have the honor of being one of the first comics to headline this dope new club, Triggered Comedy Club. So, and then that's up in Melbourne, Florida. So a lot of really good gigs.
You're on tour, man.
Yeah, Florida, baby.
East Florida tour.
Yeah.
Melbourne,
Up the coast.
Daytona. Man, I love those areas. My hospital's in Jacksonville, so I cruise up to those areas all the time. All fun areas. Wouldn't want to live there, but great to visit.
Great to visit.
Yeah, a lot cheaper to live, though, for sure. If you're not in Palm Beach County, that's for sure. Yeah, do those. And then you got your class coming up next week. And then
April 8th.
April 8th. And then also, guys, if you don't have time to come for a weekly class, you are booking private sessions, right?
Yeah. Affordable and review your clips and any questions and then talk all about it and help you get better. I would love to do that for you. So, yeah.
You can do it digitally.
You can do it
in person.
You could do FaceTime or Zoom or whatever. And or in person, I'll come to your pad and see you do your thing.
So Erik
break it down,
comedy.
talk all about it. Yeah, Erik, my Instagram at Erik Erik Lewin Lewin comedy at Erik Lewin comedy on Instagram.
Check them out, guys. Get better. We can all use a coach. We can all use help.
Dude, I learn. Like I said, I learn all the time from my mentors. Still,
man,
it's infinite.
No one knows it all.
No way.
No way. I'm still learning, and I hope you guys still learn some things. Come up to the Peach. Come up to Subculture Coffee. It's Tuesday. Tomorrow is Subculture. There is a mic tonight. I like to give a special shout out to Marisa Brusulo. She does hers.
Funny lady.
Yeah. Tuesday nights, Arts Garage. I'm going to be heading there tonight. You going to go? Or
I got that gig.
Oh, he's got a
tonight.
gig. What am I see, dude? I'd be a horrible manager. That's why we're just co-host. That's why I'm not managing
You're
this guy.
fired.
That's why I just co-host. But yeah, I'll be checking that. If you don't check out his show, check out Marisa's show, and then see you guys Monday at the Peach for the open mic, and then we'll be back. We got some shows on the 11th, shows on the 19th, so
A lot of good stuff.
yeah, good stuff coming up. Summer is coming. We got a lot of good shows coming. So until next time, I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you, Eric.
All right, one man, one giant.
All right, you guys. Till next time. Have a great night.
Peace.